My name is Major Cyril Saltibus, and welcome to Celebrating 95, our epic cadetting journey. The St. Lucia Cadet Corps is a paramilitary youth organization sponsored by the government of St. Lucia through the Ministry of Education. Participating in both paramilitary and community activities, cadetting began in England in 1859 to repel a potential French invasion. It continued through World War II, with social workers like Miss Octavia Hill recognizing its value for boys' development. The movement was introduced to St. Lucia on July 13, 1929, with an establishment of a unit at St. Mary's College aimed at promoting discipline and character building. Initially focused on drill, route march, and national parades, the St. Lucia Cadet Corps has evolved significantly over the years and now operates through Act Number 23 of 2005 within 22 secondary schools on island. We aim to develop qualities of good and outstanding citizens in our members, while at the same time encouraging a spirit of service to country and the local community through our motto of leadership, service, and discipline. Welcome once again to Celebrating 95, an insight into the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. Good evening, St. Lucia. Good evening to all our cadet friends overseas, our parents, and everybody who's just paying close attention to what in the St. Lucia Cadet Corps as we celebrate 25 years of existence, this one epic journey. Let me just apologize for being on air last week. Cricket, and we've been people. Most of us stadium supporting now, so let me just apologize. But we continue on until the 3rd of July as we were rating 95 years as great force in the country. Tonight will be no different. Another exciting show, two powerful with evening. Just allow them to introduce the starting with let me get it right. She is the First Sergeant WWO Class 1 Harris. Say hi to...
Good evening to our viewers. My name is Janelle Harris. I am the 4th Sergeant Major for St. Lucia.
Now, I want to tell us anything more before Ms. just actually steal the show from us?
Let me go.
Well, our next is actually Captain Jazz. What about yourself?
All right. Good night to all. Yeah, wonderful people out there, all tuned in, all my friends, family members, servicemen. Royal Captain Giles Cassius, and I'm here as a cadet for the past 40 plus, enjoying of my life. As the show goes on, we will have some good.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Nice. We celebrate the 90s of existence as an organization, and we, the aim is to get our cadets into more about the Cadet Corps, get experience out there, and in a way that we can encourage boys and girls to become members of organization. What caused you to become a cadet? What is you? What moment in your life that turned everything around? You know what? I'm going to be...
Okay. I remember I joined the organization back in 1990 at the Viewford Comprehensive School. Back then it was Campus A. What really drew attention on what really had me when it came to cadetting was the fact that I saw our young women drilling. They were dressed in uniform, that they looked immaculate. And I said to myself, I need of this organizing. And I say I am excited. I'm proud to be part of this for 20 plus years.
Great stuff.
Right, 20 plus years.
When you among people like us and myself, you're in business, right? So just came into the scene today.
That's right.
And your journey have just begun. Some answers, I don't know where you are now, but
what it was like going through the ranks and your Saturday training and getting involved in your schools? How did that affect yours? Because some people will say, "Hey, my daughter join the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, knowing that it takes away from their study time, but work with you."
I do not think that it took away from schooling. It did not. I looked forward to having Saturday. I forward to leaving home, going to training at Vieux-Fort Comprehensive Second Class B. And trust was just a time of getting to know was. It actually built my self-esteem, self-confidence. And today I can say, because of the Cadet Corps, I can speak out confidence.
Yeah.
So it did not affect me in no way at all. I used the week to get my work done, but Saturday I had nothing.
Who are some of your roles? Which one of the senior cadet officers, the female among you, that you look, hey, I want to get them?
Right. So I could say Mom for sure was my role models.
Albert. She's Albert now.
Right. I remember Felicians.
Yes.
They were there before me.
the
I
two
remember
sisters,
them
yeah.
quite well. I looked up to them as well. Not only females, but I can mention one individual in particular who was there from the start. He is a captain now, Captain Effable James. He was the one there at the time when I started at Compass A.
Yeah.
Right.
They're like the pillars.
That's
Yes.
correct. So many others that I can mention, right? I can W2 Finley, who in the now.
UK, yeah.
Right, others like Sadu, police of, we have William, and the list goes. There are so many of them that if I have to mention names, I forget a few of them.
Right. And you don't want
Do not want to.
We're going to get about a lot of questions. I'll ask you about your career path in the Cadet Corps. Let's down into a little bit of history with guest Mr. You, like me, I was observant, looking at my brother and my sister at the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive, the Vieux-Fort second at the time, and I figured you're a cadet. What did it for you? What caused you to go into of being somebody who knows discipline service to you?
In my time when I grew up, we did not have a television in my home, right? And my mother used to buy me sets of men. So they stood at the time they were jokes. Okay, they were like war figures.
Right.
So from a little growing up, I enjoyed playing soldiers, war figurine. Okay, and mother used to take me to church, one day, and we would walk from after church and would pass fire service. Yeah, and I would see these men there in uniform. See, all right. So at the primary school in Castries, and everywhere we would have heard fire engine going the siren to know it's 12.
Yeah.
Right. So I said, Mommy, I want to be making that sign blow on the president. Right. So then I was Leon S. Comprehensive Second, and lo and behold, there was there was this, they came around talking at the Cadet Corps and read and whatever. So then immediately when he mentioned Parry, I said, yes, I like to be a cadet. My mother did not like it because of to me about an incident, but I did not do me. I wanted to be a cadet. I was close to my mother because whatever happened of the family, my sister was and what have you. So from 1990, I had to escape training. Okay? And this parade at the anniversary, the guys mentioned everything. I said, hey, I need to play all of the men. And I need to flag. And from that day onwards, I joined the cadet, and up to this day, still a cadet.
It's very, very nice story. Like me, when I did court, it was always my pleasure at Viewfort Secondary. You know, we used to act, some of us used to go in uniform, just a flag in the morning, day out, you know, down. Those ceremony duties, you know, were just part of us, and that was. Before we already dip down into the means, you all both belong to the training wing of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. So I want to play a video message from the executive training officer. So let's have this first video by Major Alfred.
Hi, good evening. My name is Major Trevor Alfred, currently the Executive Training Officer within the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. The backbone of the SLCC is training. Therefore, I have a mandate to ensure that all instructors are properly trained and qualified through the cadet training standard that is set by the Caribbean training teams, which we are presently guided by. The persons who really make this happen within my command are Lieutenant Pinder, who is responsible for the recruits and star ones. Lieutenant Smith, he is responsible for star 2s to star 4s. We have Warrant Officer Class 1 Harris, the RSM. Lieutenant Trim, he is responsible for all range related activities. Captain Cassius, he is responsible for the Duke of Edinburgh Award program. Lieutenant Commander Thomas, he is responsible for the Sea Cadets, and we presently have an adult training officer, which is unassigned at the moment. Let me take this opportunity also to wish the SLCC happy 95 as we celebrate the achievements of this great organization.
Well, thank for that. He's out of St. Lucia and he finds the time to actually, you know, put this message and wish as well as we about to celebrate our 9th anniversary. You're of training, starting with you, Warrant Officer RSM. It's called FSM, Sergeant Major or Regiment Major. Sometimes it is a Corps Sergeant Major. You are the first male in this country to hold such an important rank. Now, I don't know if you understand that. When I was Sergeant Major, I surpassed that in the RSM. I just jumped in officer. And then I was never, you know, but I was a Class 1 for a while. There was a resistance for commission. You know, commission, yeah, a lot of power being a warrant officer, and now you're not just the Class 1. You're the most warrant officer, female, to carry that position and what are dreams to become commander? You know, I always females when you know of that level. You know, yourself in the future.
Oh, I really looked up to that place of things, but in the future, maybe the executive officer.
Continue. I have to be very careful. I don't have the second time somebody they want to become commander while listening. You know that. Is that I people when I was inspired, I wanted to be the top person, and everyone should want themselves, right? But I feel men make good leaders. I'm a gentleman. I say that myself. I'm a good leader. So I can make good leaders. So, but you're eyeing up the
That's correct.
position. You know,
That's correct.
Major Alfred, what? You know, skill. But it's a good thing because we all have to of our system and once take over point in time. Your rank due to feel you think? Do you inspire them? Do you say I want to be like the W1? And what does how important is your role in putting females in St. Lucia Cadet Corps? Now that you surpass this, of course, which is and not quite bad. I mean, you're averaging around 70% to our 30% of men that are in the Corps.
Okay, so I can say last week Saturday I had him with Warrington Sergeant, and a male staff sergeant said to, we realize now you have such an important role in cadetting where more females enter into the organization. And remembered when I became RSM a year ago, few G's emailed one females, and they said to RSM, to you, I would be the next RS. I look up to you.
Good.
Yes.
Good stuff. And that's what I want from that's what I look forward to when I speak to people. I want to be you want to grab to becoming something big, something better, and to the people who came to. And that's I want you to continue. I remember calling you also a few times and saying how of you when I heard you be, the men, and you need those things to encourage you to move forward. Now that we have covered your as Sergeant Major, we're going to go a little more into what your actual role is. But let me just my captain, therefore, you are the lead on the Duke of Eden scheme for the cadet / St. Lucia. How is that? Is it working out? I know it's working out. But what is the Edinburgh program out? I know it's the Oscar of the Crown, right? And the program worldwide. How important it is to young boys and moving into our society, nurturing young boys and girls. That program, what it's all about?
Right, wonderful, nice question. My role as the captain responsible for getting the program through the cadet corps is very nice. We go through using the subjects it is that the cadets do already.
Okay.
Those subjects are them booked and qualified for the medals. So it showcase individual talents. Okay? Example, let's look at subjects. The Duke of Edinburgh, we cover levels and areas: bronze, gold, then lead, which we may call it lance corporal, sergeant, major, or officer. Okay? You keep fit, which is what the cadets. Through expeditions, which is what cadets. You learn skills, which is happens with the cadets. Then you have some community programs. You go and you give back to the community projects to meet new people. As like me and you have through cadet team, we meet them. Likewise, you go out on the international list and you meet people. All as the same, but with a paramilitary organization, and the other one we could say alien organization. But every within the Duke of Edinburgh's military background, I shouldn't say that like that, but 90% who don't feel that way, but they're in that way. Yeah, 90%. So, having those accolades and put those under the chest gives the opportunity to join a network of similar minds, similar people, okay? And also, as an individual, see your common man, the society in a different lens. So you don't just join because he is dressed dirty, or he may say something out, or he might know something that is strange to you in a dish. One man you may hear, so I love to eat, or maybe I love to eat, or I love to eat alligator, but that might not be common where you're from. But joining the program now allows you to get culture changes, or say culture shocks. Maybe you come to a restaurant and you eat alligators, scorpions. You do. Okay? So the thrill seeker in you is great. Now from experience, you come back home and you tell your friends, colleagues, they want to be like you. So it is very, say, awesome or excellent. Is very, in that cadet transition or accept or adopt the Duke of Edinburgh program.
Question. Do you, it's an advantage for cadets to be in the Duke of Edinburgh program?
Advantage. I wouldn't say advantage, because everything that happens in the Duke of Edinburgh program, the cadets are all in it.
Right, but the Duke program will put a nice on you for doing it.
We will.
And
you
would
get,
like a nice medal,
right?
Uniform,
and then your tentacles are now out even further on the scale. Yeah, they could do the same, but then the Duke of Edinburgh you to meet persons of like us. So for me, I told I will stop Canberra until when I get to, if I'm to go into Africa. I said that because she with me always being out. So I just said that in the mind, I would never go to. So that means I not stop camping. And thanks to Lieutenant Commander Thomas. Okay, great. Vaughn Pascal, Vincent Pascal, aka I was going to Africa.
Good stuff.
So I was now, what will I tell my next excuse to continue camping? Yeah. So the experience I got there, I met Morgan from Australia, and it was from New Zealand and so forth, and they were giving me the experience. Yeah, having a cadet do the Duke program is synergy, It's just extension. It's extension. You put it this way, have fun without.
Yeah. This thing I remember when I was in Taiwan, people in the room asked me, "This guy you call him son, he called you. What's different about you?" And I think it's cadets. The different thing about us, should have served because we're really southern. We both,
Is that it?
Huh? You. Yeah. No, it was not a little tango. Doing us and I in the past, I saw him earlier, captain that I always RSM as the that's in the past because I major in charge of it. Do you training the part, make not demands, but saying, hey, we come start for you to go on, you need to also go through of Duke of Edinburgh, just to encourage us to do it. For you to move, you need to other level. Just the cadets more. Right now, everybody, I suspect, but the cadets volunteer. I should not, maybe not. But what if you make it not mandatory, but encouraging that go up one star level, or you want to be a Lance-Corporal sergeant? Hey, you must go from Edinburgh. So you can have some nice and say, hey, you've worked. You see that happening in this environment?
I see it happening. I believe it's a matter of time, communication, getting together to get it done. Because I have done the program, right? I have done it. I'm not wearing it tonight, but I did it, and I'm proud to say, come on, it was fun. It was fun. So why not implement Dukers right now into cadetting?
Yeah.
And we have majority of our cadets, I can say that, they are Dukers.
Yeah.
They
we all should have been wearing it.
Right.
I have my on because I've worked, and I'm just not wearing mine. But yeah, you're right. I think it's good food for thought, so we can, after in your next training officers meeting, try and discuss that program going, because it is good. What the captain about? Look, we've lived it. You travel, meet people. You actually, so many people that you get your future can be looking at you in the eye during an exchange program. Your appointment. Look, I can go and I've never did it show and give a little story. I to St. Kitts Navy on a camp, and the pair had no ADC, and I was at ADC for the Premier End. I never knew how to be ADC in St. Lucia, but that. So you see those programs, it is sometimes in the direction, even, So the Edinburgh program, the people traveling in the world, it does help. So does setting. And that's the important. Now, I'll be 95 years soon. We have a few programs programs. I don't want our show to finish right because we have a few little calling programs so somebody can win this might. Cadets only else, right? You must that and you must need it, what school you from. So after 9, we can open the line and call, so they can cadets only can win this. But I know we have a few programs up for our celebration. On our camp, we're gonna have this parade. I think we may just have it this.
Yes.
We normally do. And we have a competition coming along. You want to tell us a little bit of competition? What is it all about? Who is competing again?
Okay, so the plan was for Italians to compete each other. At this point in time, thinking, well, what I'm going towards right now, have the cadets to be companies to come. And these companies pitting against each other for that drill competition. Not only the drill competition that will be, but we will be marking compass and we have the.
Let me just stop the technician. That what about messages saying the audio activating, so anything that can enhance that'll be great. I'll stop you about the drill competition.
So the drills will be against companies, and as much as we want, in terms of private lands corporates to play in the drill competition. I mean, not the sergeants and the warrant in there and they know. They kind of know what to do. We want those persons who are just to encourage them, just to motivate them.
I'm old school. I heard you say about you would like them to. You have. That's my idea. I heard you can down it. I would like them too. Is that you like them too, or we want to make sure we want to make it mandatory that all the junior ranks are involved in the drill competition? I'm just putting one on you there because I'm old school. Back in the day, we did things kind of differently. Right
now, things are evolving. We need to understand that organization, things are evolving. Everything does not stay the same. So that's why I said I would like that our privates, lance corporals and corporals, not our sergeants and our warrants. We want to give those who are coming in the opportunity. Right, not those who have been there before. So those who are coming in, you give them that opportunity, let them come in to showcase their talent, what they can do. Right, because you find sometimes individuals come in and they're so shy, they do not want to participate because they're not sure. We do not want that. We do not want that type of thing. You come in, you participate.
I'm a cadet from, let's say, the Suzel Secondary School. What's in it for me? What am I winning? In the big drill competitions. What's am I going home with a trophy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we have the trophy. We're also working on medals. We want them to leave camp with something. So when you get home, you get in the community, when you go back to school, you can boast. I mean, come on, you want to go out there, live there with something. You want to, and that is the way that we motivate individuals. You give them incentives.
I ain't nobody captain them. I have a shelf, I have a shelf with my medals.
Right,
they're still trophies. There. And my trophies, they're still
That's
there.
Correct.
Yeah, that's good. What other activities because it's not just a summer camp. We're celebrating 95. We're looking forward to 100. So what are the other activities? Are we, what are we doing for our church service? Are we inviting our parents down from all over and say, hey, come down and celebrate with us at this big church service? Are we talking about? I know we have not your purview, of course. That one is above you. We have our big officers' dinner coming up. But for the cadets, just for the cadets, what are the different programs you have? I know we have a officers shoot, but that's for officers. But what are we celebrating for the cadets?
We will have a shoot for cadets as well, not just for officers. We will have a shoot for cadets as well. We will have the church parade, and after the church parade, we would like to have a family fun day.
Good stuff.
So your family can come in, your parents, your siblings, they can come in and participate in the games on that day.
All right.
Okay, so we want to do lime and spoon, sack race, just the usual, just to have fun as a family. We want to have barbecue. I'm sure individuals are looking forward to having the barbecue on that day. Okay, and we want to also give prizes on that day as well, not just coming in and just participating. But okay, you win the sack race. Here's a medal, first place medal. Okay, you win lime and spoon, or you came second, here's a silver medal. So we just want it to be a fun camp. okay, we want to be at the school and in classes all the time. No, we want to hike to Ted Paul. We want to have, like I said, map and compass exercise in the community of Choiseul. So again, if you see us on the road, please be kind to us. I'm speaking to the members, the people who live in that area. Be kind to us, because we will be moving around Soufrière, Choiseul, we'll be moving around these areas.
You're saying that there, but let me just make an appeal through this program. The St. Lucia Cadet Corps, you will see a few letters on your desk, Corporate St. Lucia, some of your managers and owners, and we'll be asking for sponsorship for water, beverage, food, because we have hundreds of cadets on camp. And our subvention, does so much. We're now trying to get our headquarters on the way. So when you see those letters on your desk, do be nice to the Cadet Corps and donate, handsomely, so the kids can actually enjoy their summer program. But that's all the fun. And I don't want to leave the captain out of all. Back in the day, and I just want to bring, history is good.
Right.
And before the show, the two of us were talking about activities. And while some of us say drill and stuff like that, we said, man, in those days, it was almost like war.
Yeah.
Because we've had some wonderful times of, when last did you all have a mock exercise? Because while you said, your medals on yourself, some of us, our medals was just, the wounds,
Right.
a cut or something like that. A broken leg, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Not that bad.
Yeah.
But something to say, I went to camp. Figure, that's my camp mark. It's been there.
I remember at a camp at Compass B, I left there with holes in my knuckles because we had to do push-ups on our knuckles. And trust me, when I got home, my mom would not know.
Yeah.
She would not know, because if she knows, you are not going back to cadet training.
Yep.
And many of the scars that I have came out of mock battles, came out of training. You get there, and let me tell you, after this Saturday, I'm eager to go back the following Saturday. Yes.
And I'm not saying that we need to go back to those times, don't get me wrong, but it's good to talk about it.
Yes.
It is what I was, and as I always reflect in speaking to people like past commandant Major Glass and them, this is what made us strong. This is what made us who we are today. Right now, I know the phone maybe strengthens some people mentally. I don't know if that's right or wrong, whether I should say that, but that's what they're into. But in the past, I was happy when the captain says, no TV. Growing up in Mulashik, where we lived, when my dad brought us to Vieux Fort, the TV was snow. And it's only Barnabas you see now and then as a movie. Most people don't even know what Barnabas is. It's an old Dracula movie. That's all you see. And you used to hear Barbados News. You can't even see nothing on the screen. So so we had to be occupied otherwise. And it's the cadet camps who do you that. And sometimes you have cadets knocking on your door. So we want to have a night out. That's how it was in the past. Cadets just show up at your home and say, we want a night out because we're bored. You understand? And you had to just comply and say, yeah, let's go. Sometimes without authorization. We spoke about that a few shows down, where right now there's a lot of paperwork, because times have changed and you're right. There's insurances, there's health and safety, so you must get parents' approval. In the past years, I have 60 cadets show up at your house and tell you, so we want to go on a camp, and you cannot turn them back because they already given an excuse to their mother and stuff like that. So yeah, those are great times. And one of those days, I'm trying to, and I want if you can approve that for us, that would be nice, without going any further, because I want to give you some power here, to approve a nice campfire night, where we can invite people like, Earl Modest, retired, retired Captain Romeo from, living in Canada, come down, man, to a nice campfire night. John Quinlan, maybe people like my sister who was part of the first female platoon, and let them tell stories of cadetting. How, now we have lights everywhere around the schools. Those days it's kind of dark sometimes, when you have to camp a double shift. I don't know if a cadet right now can say they come from 6 to 6. Maybe the hours are shorter. So there's a lot of stories, and I would like us to actually tell those stories. Before we go any further, because we have a lot to discuss, I want us to look at another video, because we're just celebrating 95 and want to share experience. So technician, if you can just throw that other video at us. Thank you.
I would encourage all secondary school students to join the St. Lucia Cadet Corps as it instills strength, discipline, and character in you. It also teaches you team building, which you learn during the exciting summer camps. My crowning moment was making it to the platoon for the 1979 Independence Parade at the then Independence Docks in Castries, where I was part of the flag party handing off the colors to be raised at midnight. I'm Gaston Modest, second lieutenant, retired.
Good stuff. Second Lieutenant Modest, part of the platoon, and people don't even, I mean, part of the platoon that actually carried those, that the standard, you know, at our independence. Those are important moments for the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. I mean, the Cadet Corps is older than our own independence. So you see, we have to be part of it. Now, so names, people that stood out there, I don't know if the captain can relate. You had Eddie Hazel, and Eddie Hazel carried that rank you're wearing right now. And a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I ain't throwing any cold water on you there, but you know, if you hear RSM Eddie Hazel coming down south, you know, and you're on your way to training, sometimes you want to go back home. You know, because it's going to be a tough day, you know. And I mean, when those guys walk through a camp, you know, first of all, you know your sound like your father's car, so you can clean up the house when they come in. You know, we know the sound of those guys' vehicles, you know, and when they walk through the corridors of the camps, we know that step, because you can't be caught off guard at all. And they demanded this high level of discipline, which I think you all still do. But I'm just saying, you know, names like Eddie Hazel, they stood out. And I would like to invite people like him to tell those stories during a nice campfire also. And do you know what, and I don't want to throw any cold water again, you know what a gator is? You saw those guys marching, they have white things there?
Yes.
That was, I mean, it was not leather, but it was a tight knitted cotton and fiber cloth thing with not haspan staples, you know. It had a strap, 3 straps, you know. And I mean, that was cadets were looking beautiful, and you'll see it in one of those other clips. We used to pin them white, you know, with the khaki uniform, the white belt, you know, while officers sometimes either wear the yellow and black or the red and blue. And I mean, they stood out. They really stood out. They resonated, and that's why. Any faces you notice in the past clip, Captain?
Yeah, for sure. I saw current Major St. Jules. I saw Eddie Hazel. I saw Mr. Samuel, Danny Samuel,
Dr. Samuel.
Yeah.
Right.
Apologies, sir.
Yes.
Dr. Samuel. Yeah, he was one of the men who kept me as Leon Hess disciplined.
Yeah. There was a photograph of him and myself, they saluting each other, and I think that was our first big summer joint camp, where we had an indoor and an outdoor camp. And I think when the indoor was done, we now handed over command to outdoor, and we had something close to a war in PI, right? You know, and we're talking about smoke grenade and a lot of stuff where, you know, it was ready. And sadly, there was a video, you know, just nice video done, and we can't find it anywhere. But it'd be nice to reflect on videos that to just see the cadets in action, you know, hiding, taking cover, retreating. It's some nice stuff.
Yeah, well, on that note there, that's something that is part and parcel of me, you know, because I can remember with you, sir, in 1997 at Grosile. Yeah, we had a very...
You sure you want to go there?
We had a very exciting time, you know. Yeah. And I believe, well, earlier on, we made mention of the time is evolving and things are changing and what have you. But in my opinion, in my view, the essence and the base of the movement will always remain. Will always stay. All right. And some people are of the view that young persons shouldn't be exposed to certain types of, I would say, training or elements. But I believe that we should. Because facing the challenges we go throughout today, we have to always, as an organization who are charged with passing on that type of discipline into young people, we should also prepare them for what's out there. Some persons may believe no, yes, no, but I believe we should also prepare them. With the point she made about the summer camp activities of navigation and all of these things, expedition, that is right up Duke of Edinburgh's alley. Right up the alley. So that would be an opportune time for all of the persons that are charged with the responsibility of taking care of the cadets, the sergeants, the warrants, the camp commandant, the camp staff, to get on board and get themselves ready by doing the Duke of Edinburgh program qualifying course. So they could actually put these young people in the position they're supposed to be to get the medals. And the summer camp is a very great place for that to happen. The Duke of Edinburgh, we normally travel every year in the summer as well to an exchange camp or qualifying camp. We don't have one this year, but we are still traveling to a sister island to do this exact activity. So we would like to, in the future, bring along cadets. So I believe the summer camp coming now is a good area to practice. Okay, so you qualify or you want to qualify, so you could either stay on the cadet camp, qualify, or go with the Duke of Edinburgh and qualify for your Duke of Edinburgh medals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that is something we could...
Let me put us on the spot and create a debate, a harsh debate, a hard debate among us. Cadetting at secondary schools, mandatory or not? Let's talk about that.
I believe it should be mandatory. It should be. With all what's happening in society now, I believe it should be. I believe every individual, every student entering a secondary school should be a part of the cadet corps.
At least give a few hours.
At least give a
you
few
know.
hours.
Well, how you feel parents would handle that?
I believe with parents, I believe it would actually be a good thing for them, because many of them, let us say for example, they're at work, they get home late on an evening. At least they would know, okay, my child is still at cadet training, my child is there. And then it comes with the discipline.
Right.
The discipline will be there. So that child would actually be a discipline, not just a cadet, but a disciplined individual in society. And this is what we are lacking today.
Right.
Our people have no discipline, no respect. So I believe going through that organization would actually build that discipline and that respect.
Captain, you think we'll be challenged if we ever brought that up as a policy?
Yes, sir. I see the challenges coming through, because we have in my opinion, there's a big problem with the modern day parent. The modern day
parent.
Yes, sir, the modern day parent. Because it appears that the modern day parent, when they were young, a lot of the disciplinary measures that were taken up against them if they transgressed, they saw it as a bit archaic and rough and rude. But they didn't recognize it was shaping them in a direction to be on the straight and narrow. Yeah. So now that they are the parent, they take a position where their child now is like living in a cocoon, or the child is in a glass box. Okay, and you don't touch this there, you don't do this there, you cannot tell my child what to do and all of these kind of things. Because some parents, they behave in a manner, they want to come into the establishment and change the rules to suit their child, which is not good and which is disadvantageous to the child.
Okay.
For now we are into the Calypso season, and there is a song which was sung, take your time to grow up. It's one of the young people school Calypso. There's a song that way, take your time to grow. And I believe we as the parents should teach our children that. Take your time to be a child, you will become an adult. As being mandatory, the cadet movement in secondary schools, I believe it should. I really believe it should. And for us to really see this thing come into fruition, we need to have everyone and all on board, especially teachers, which would be our supervisors. Okay? We need the help from the teachers. Some of the teachers are now, like I say, the modern day parent or the modern day person. Long ago, it was a community raising this one boy.
This one boy, yeah.
Yeah? You cannot be in discipline and the neighbor don't correct you. But now, you find something, if the neighbor corrects you, your parents come to try to correct the neighbor who correct you. So I believe there must also be a paradigm shift in the sense that our head, when it comes to discipline, and our head, when it comes to organization, should switch, should turn in the direction to understand.
Good stuff. Let me just say that we can put the number on the screen for people who want to call. But the question for this evening is to name 2 former prime ministers who were members of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. So that's out there, but I only want cadets to call, but the lines are open for if anybody want to contribute. And just before we go into it, if we can just play this final video, because we're almost out of time, so we can run through the evening.
Earth, left, right. Government boots. No. It's cadet boots. Yes, this was the sound the public loved to hear when St. Lucia Cadet Corps was on parade. Yes, the St. Lucia Cadet Corps can suddenly boast of developing thousands of youths to enhance their skills, especially leadership skills, to boost their self-esteem, and to help them develop bravery skills. I was one of them. Who else? Raise your hand. How long ago you left school? How long ago you left the St. Lucia Cadet Corps? Those good old days at the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive Secondary School, the first school on island to recruit female cadets. So we had both male and female cadets. Our first parade in the city left the public wanting more. About turn. Let's talk about the cadet camps. Oh, so many of them at school, overseas, or even bush camps. Serious business, but great fun. Oh yes, physical fitness.
Present arms.
Handling the rifle. Tactics in maneuvering under the bush. You can't stay coward. As a cadet, no way. The cadet thing is just exciting, and it prepares you for the world of work. It prepares you for life, and it helps you to take on challenges. Attention, students. Talk to your school, find out about the Cadet Corps, and please try to get involved. St. Lucia Cadet Corps, we care. Alright? And don't forget, there's a lot of voluntary service being rendered as a cadet. So, and this is good for your community, youth development. Thank you.
Old guard. Just remembering people like Roger Eudoxie, Sir John Compton, cadets, just all in unison, doing things the right way, the disciplined way. Members of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps at the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive School. The home of the first female platoon with people like John Quinlan, Hilary Saltibus, Ferrier, the Wilkinson brothers, Sheriff, Sister Julie, just many names that sometimes will just pass us by. But they were the men and women of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps attached to the Vieux-Fort Secondary School, now the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive. The unknown faces, Sir John standing tall and always wanting to inspect the guards. First female platoon under command of John Quinlan, Mr. Gregor Williams as principal. Those were exciting times. Do you remember our old guard? Yeah, and those are, thanks for that, technician. Those are the stories we want to tell kids. You know, to get those, and while I was going, if you're out there and you're a cadet and you have an old photograph, you know, photographs we can't even make out with gaiters and all kind of different belts and different, and I don't know if you all notice the different crests. Yes. They're not the same, because St. Mary's College had one, Vieux-Fort Secondary School had another, so things were different. Don't forget the lines are open. The question is, name 2 former prime ministers who were members of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, and I think we have a first caller. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Tutai.
Captain James. Captain James.
Hey, I just want to say, man, the show is great. The show is great. It's just that, I know, Mr. Solomos, I think at the, you should have I don't know if you have an audio check before you start the program, because in the first 15 or so minutes, 20 minutes, the voice is working on robotic.
But can we delete that off and tell us something about cadetting?
What's that?
Can we discuss something cadetting and we can talk about things like that off air?
No, I'm just saying, we're going to talk about cadetting. I'm just saying, when the show started, because everybody was saying on the live that the sound was coming out robotic, so they were not hearing properly.
Yeah, we are aware of it, and we have discussed
okay.
it.
So let me talk cadetting now. Miss Harris, I remember when you came in under my wing as a recruit, you were very shy and you were very into yourself. And yeah, and all of a sudden you just blossomed, you know? And you came out of your shell, and boy, let me tell you something. You were bad to the bone. You understand? Yeah, and that was good. And I had patience with you because you, just like you and Kamasha Remy and the others, you were very troublesome, but I had to pull it up sometimes. You know, and today you are what you are today, the RSM of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. So happy for you, man.
Hard work does pay off.
Captain Cassius.
So yes, sir.
Ole. Yeah, man. Proud of you guys, man.
Thank you very much.
I see you looking spunky in your uniform this night. But Mr. Douglas, you mentioned something about memories of the Cadet Corps. And there are a lot of memories to be shared and memories to be talked about and stories to be told. And like you said, a campfire, a bonfire would be a nice activity to be held so that everybody can give their stories. But I can tell you one thing. One person I feared most of all, when my first summer camp was one of the Mackey brothers. I can't remember his name. The eldest one. Man, when I saw this man coming, my tender age, when I saw this man coming, I saw Motepe.
You're talking about RSM Mackey?
Yeah, Mackey, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to hide, you know, as a, and at that time, I don't know if it is whatever heel protected or whatever they were wearing. When you hear that talk coming and you hear that,
that's right.
Man, let me tell you something, boy. You just run behind the building. You know,
I don't know if I feared him or the end of the pay stick that he, he dwindled around.
Both of them. And sometimes, I remember in those days, Mr. Solomos, when you see those officers coming, or when you see them, or don't talk about Mr. Hazel. When you see Mr. Hazel coming, you want to stay far back as possible, just for you to pass on, brace up,
Thank you for those experiences. We'll tell a lot more of them when we do have those campfires. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But congratulations, for the show that's going on there. We'll keep it up. I know it's going to end after the anniversary, but I wish we would continue.
We'll try to keep it up if we can get some sponsorship. Yes, we will.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks for that. Don't forget cadets. And cadets, please call. You have a beautiful mug to win. It's been there for 2 shows now. The question is, name 2 former prime ministers of St. Lucia who were once cadets. Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening. Answer to your question, Dr. Kennedy Anthony.
But hold on. But I said cadets, huh? You have to be a cadet at a school.
Not former.
Not former.
My apologies.
But caller, go ahead. Give me that answer, and I think you have earned yourself a gift if you get it right. So what's the? It's cut off. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I was about telling him go ahead. But yes, we're encouraging cadets at school at the moment to call to give that answer. Name 2 former prime ministers who were cadets. Good evening. Go ahead. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes?
This is Private Pierre H. reporting. I have the answer.
Can you verify who that is? Go ahead.
The answer is Philip J. Pierre and Alan Louisi.
Oh, you're wrong there. You're wrong there. You got 1 right, 1 wrong. So thank you very much.
Can you answer it?
Can I have, just out of respect though, because we're a disciplined organization, can you give me the correct titles at the moment?
I beg your pardon?
The correct titles of the 2 gentlemen, former prime ministers, not former. And you're correct, and thanks for actually saying it that way, because I was wrong with my question. I did say former, right? And one of them actually is not a former, he's a sitting prime minister. So give me those 2 people again, 1 former and 1 sitting prime minister. Give me the official titles.
Honorable Philip J. Pierre.
Good.
and Honorable Alan Louisi.
You went back again?
No, wait. No, Honorable Dr. Kenny Anthony.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Off air, if you can call us, I know there's a way of getting it done off air, right? If you can get your, I don't want you to give your number, but you can always contact the RSM. You're doing very well?
Yes.
Right, you can contact the RSM and your gift will be handed to you. Thanks a lot for that. Yes, the Honorable Philip JP, I was a cadet, and yes, the Honorable Dr. Kenny DeAnthony was also a cadet. And soon from now, we will be having a full interview with Dr. Anthony because he played a pivotal role in the cadets in the south of the country. So thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah, great answer.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye. Have a good evening with the show.
All right. Thanks a lot. And I want to just encourage you parents to have the cadets to listen. They will really, gain a lot from listening to those shows, the experience of past officers and stories to be told as we celebrate our 95th anniversary. Now, in wrapping...
Hold on,
Yes?
Since he won the mug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we put his name on the mug? Celebrating 95, winner, captain.
You really want to cost me more? You want to?
There's a Chris on there.
I will. The captain is insisting that your mug be labeled with your name on it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that done for you.
Yeah, celebrating.
All right,
95.
celebrating 95. We're gonna get that done for you. We've come almost to the end of our show. Thanks for Embassy for giving us a little more time. I'm gonna give the greater part of this moment to the captain, being senior there, of course. But your final, not thoughts, but I would like to end this show with us encouraging young boys and girls to sign up to become a member of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. We are celebrating 95 years. It's important for you to be involved in an organization that is disciplined, that drives service, through. So your final word to young boys and girls at school, and even young professionals who want to assist the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. Yeah, the time is yours.
Okay, so parents, I encourage you, please allow your children, your boys, your girls, your daughters, your young men, your young ladies to join the Cadet Corps. And like you heard the call a while ago, when I came in, I was very shy. I was extremely shy. But because of the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, I am this outspoken person right now. I have grown. I have matured. And I can say to you that if your child joins the organization, there is so much in store for that child. Okay, the child's self-esteem, self-confidence would increase, would boost up. Even how the child performs at school in terms of the child's education, the average would go up because this child would be focused. This child would remain focused because there is something, many times our children are at home on their devices. And we do not want them on the devices all the time. Being part of this organization will actually take them away from the devices where they can learn life skills. And some of our children really cannot even light a fire using a matchstick, I can tell you that. But through the St. Lucia Cadet Corps, they will learn how to light a fire, how to cook their own food, how to wash their own food, clothes as well. Very much so. Some of them really cannot wash, not even use a washing machine. So I can tell you, just allow them to join and just allow them to blossom. So you can see that change in your child. So I encourage us tonight, and even our stakeholders, please support us, donate, contribute. We really need the assistance financially. Our cadets need uniform, we need the boots, we need other things. So please support, donate. We really need your sponsorship. We really need your donations. Thank you.
Careful, Simon. You almost want me to sign, because I almost sign up there again with that beautiful approach. Captain, you are a force to be reckoned with. I mean, you measure up as a gentleman, as a cadet. I mean, the respect that you've earned in your community and in the government, in your travels. When I see you, when I, as in my own right, see you, I look up to you, for the service that you have given to your country. What is the message you have, out there for the young boys and young girls who have been troubled a little bit, and especially our boys, because they're more troubled,
Right. Well, how would I say it very nicely? The Cadet Corps is a place where you should come. Okay? Don't worry about what you look like, how you feel, what he or she says. We are a nice big family. And you should come. Okay? The gentleman right here who is Major Saldibus, he was the gentleman who gave me my first paying job, my first salary. Yeah, it's true. 1997, straight from the cadet summer camp, I was employed at the Le Spa Hotel with Major Saldibus as a maintenance manager. All right? So this goes to show you, you don't just come, march left, right, up and down, roll in the bush, do these things, learn new skills. A lot of us are influential persons who get you on the right path, get you started, keep you focused. Okay? He made mention of travels, being a foster record. It's true. I have gone through many different situations, operations within the cadet movement, learn different skills, new skills. Also part of other organizations through cadetting, going out and represent other organizations. And you too can do it. You too is an individual that can do it and will do it. I am here to help you, and so is he. The same way he helped me, I will help you. I have helped many, and he's still continuing to help more. Show up and I will help you.
Thank you very much, both of you, for being here. But before I wrap up, let me just say, there was a caller who I look up to, and I look at it because he really caused me to join the Cadet Corps. He was the caller a while ago, and I have no bones in saying that was my dear brother, Second Lieutenant Saldibus. I think we're going to get him a mug because he was attempting to answer the question with his name on it, celebrating 95. Right, so we're going to get that done. St. Lucia, thanks again for joining us on our 4th edition of Celebrating 95, an epic journey into the St. Lucia Cadet Corps. We're going to continue the show until the 17th of July. We celebrate on the 13th of July, and the venue actually is not been finalized, but we will tell you where it is. And we want St. Lucians to gravitate wherever we are on the 13th of July to celebrate with us 95 years of existence, 95 years as a disciplined organization, one that nurture young boys and young girls. Once again, my guests, thank you very much for being with me here tonight to celebrate the Cadet Corps on its journey to 95. And I hope we can do this again if we have some more. I think tonight was very interesting. Yeah. I think the three of us need to come back again and wrap it up and finish it up. So St. Lucia, once again, thank you very much, and see you next week, Wednesday.
Well, it's quite a scorcher today.